Hey friends, welcome to today's episode. Today is a very, very special episode. A little bittersweet, but still special. This is our last episode from my home here in the central part of El Paso. So, exciting things ahead. I am transitioning to another beautiful, historic home in another part of Central, but we have created the Consummate Host studio that we will be broadcasting from in future episodes. So again, it's a little bit sad because this is where it all started. If you guys remember, for those of you who have been with me since the beginning, our very first episode here in the lime green kitchen was Chatham Artillery Punch, which launched last year on my birthday, March 1st. We're so thankful, we're so grateful for all the support we've had since we launched the Consummate Host. We're just getting ready to change chapters and move on to a different setting and continue bringing you all the exciting content that we've been doing. So, in honor of the house and the home that I've been in for the last 4 years, I am going to make one of my mother's favorite salsa recipes. For those of you who know me, or for those of you who have followed my story, you know that I acquired this house in 2019 to bring my mom here from Las Cruces, New Mexico, the town that I grew up in. And she was here for 4 years before she transitioned to her next amazing chapter in her world. And then of course, I've lived here for the 3 years since then. So in honor of Mom, in honor of my heritage and our roots, we're going to do this amazing salsa. And then we're going to take just a few minutes and share some of our favorite moments that we have filmed right here in the house. So we're so glad you're here. Let's make some delicious salsa. All right, so in the spirit of simple ingredients, I'm gonna share with you what goes into Mom's salsa recipe, and then we're gonna put it together very easy. So the base of the salsa is a large can, 20-ounce can of Rotel. So I always think Rotel, it's kind of one of those things, it's like, if you know, you know. So anything that starts with Rotel is gonna be delicious. This is one of my favorite bases for creating things in the kind of Mexican food world. So we start with a base of Rotel. We have 1 medium-sized yellow onion. We have 3 large tomatoes. I am using these delicious organic beefsteak tomatoes, so 3 large tomatoes. Jalapeno, we're going to talk about that, and 1 large clove of garlic. With the tomatoes, we want to dice them. I prefer to do kind of a large dice because it gives them texture when we mix it in. The Rotel has finely chopped tomatoes, so the tomatoes that we add, we want them to be, I like them to be just a little bit larger, just a little more interesting texture. Now, let's go to the jalapeno. This is a fresh jalapeno. If my mom were doing this, she would probably put 2 whole jalapenos in. This is 1 diced jalapeno. It depends on the level of heat that you want. Don't forget, when you go to dice your jalapenos, you want to remove seeds and veins, because that's where some of that just unmanageable heat comes from. I'm probably going to use maybe 3/4 of an entire jalapeno, just because that's kind of the heat level that I'm comfortable with. And then, like I said, 1 large whole clove of garlic. So there's our ingredients. Let's put this together. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is let's just go ahead and put our Rotel in to our bowl. Get all of that in there. And then from there, we'll go ahead and add our fresh diced tomato. And I know some people might be wondering, the majority of the Rotel is tomato. Why are we adding more tomato? It's really a textural thing because starting from here, the tomatoes in the Rotel are a little bit softer. And so when we add our fresh diced tomatoes, it gives a little bit of firmness to the salsa. So we're gonna put that in. Perfect. So now we'll stir that. Then we'll go ahead and add our whole medium-sized yellow onion diced. You know what? I'm feeling bold. I'm gonna put the entire jalapeno into today's salsa. Like I said, it's in honor of Mom, so we're gonna make it a little extra spicy. All right, here's our whole garlic clove. We're gonna put that in. You know me, I've been accused of being a little salty, so we're gonna add a couple of good healthy pinches of salt. Remember, the Rotel has salt in it, so we don't wanna oversalt, but with all of the additional fresh ingredients, it's okay to add a little extra. So we'll put that in, and then we're just gonna stir it up. So one of the things Mom always loved to do when she made the salsa, and she always said this, if this is for something you're doing in the evening, make your salsa in the morning so it can sit in the fridge all day. It's kind of one of those, you know, it's like, I don't know, like lasagna or one of those dishes where, you know how it's always better the next day? Same with salsa. Give those ingredients a chance to really combine. We've got the, you know, the acids that are in there. They're gonna break down the spices and the flavors to make it really, really good. If it's a night event, do it in the morning. If it's an early event, do it the day before. Let it sit overnight. It just always makes it better. There's our salsa. All we need now is a tortilla chip and a taste test. Let's do it. All right, let's give this a taste. Before we taste, I want to say one thing. I can't stress the importance of a good tortilla chip. Don't go to all the trouble of making this amazing salsa and then do a mediocre chip for it to go on. So these are actually, as I mentioned, I'm originally from Las Cruces, New Mexico. So I got these at El Indio Tortilla Shop in Las Cruces. So these are just traditionally made, delicious tortilla chips. A lot of people don't realize a lot of restaurants will also sell you their chips that they have. So, you know, instead of doing a more commercial chip, which is gonna fall short on the quality level, get a good tortilla chip. It'll be worth it. So let's have a taste. Delicious. Mom would be proud. Okay, it's my favorite part of our episodes, the cameraman affirmation. Let's have a taste. Here we go.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Cheers.
Cameraman approved. Thank you so much for joining us today on this special day where we say goodbye to this amazing space that has been so good to us over this last year. We're going to share some moments with you from this past year, take a moment to show you some last views of the house, and then welcome you to join us in our next episode when we will be in our new space for the Consummate Host. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Treat me like you